Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. I'm Denise, hi. Anyway, silly moments. I wanted to check into Rupert Murdoch's future. I understand there's been, I have some notes here that I've written down because I was watching Ari Melber and I guess there's quite a bit of hoopla going on with Fox News and their lying reporting and how they knew they were lying over the Dominion and I think Smartmatic, but I think it's mostly Dominion voting machine lawsuits. So it's not looking good for Fox News, that's for darn sure. But I want to see how this might affect Rupert Murdoch himself. So anyway, hold on, be right back. Let me swap out cameras here. Okay, so I'm using Chiro Marchetti's Kipper again, and I have to tune in to Rupert Murdoch. Rupert. Okay. What is Rupert Murdoch's future? Legal future, which is why I'm using a Kipper. Legal future as to his role in the Smartmatic and Dominion lawsuits, both of them. Mostly Dominion, but Smartmatic too is in there. What is it, like $1.6 billion lawsuits? I know it's probably just a drop in the bucket for him, but what about his legal, well, his health, all of that? The cards will show. So bear with me while I draw 21, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Probably look at the ones on the bottom. Oh, looks like Jerry Hall's right there on the bottom. Okay. Oop. All right, he's on a soul journey. Wow. Who's he bonded with? Okay. Ooh. Okay. Let me just get these laid out as quickly as I can. That would be one or both of his sons right here. Okay. Yeah, this isn't going to bode well for him at all. He's definitely really worried about it. So, excuse me. The marriage card in the center, I think, well, he does have a daughter too. I feel like this is the daughter and the son that are on his side, and I think he has a son that is not on his side, but this would show their involvement. Jerry Hall came through here on the bottom. Oh yeah, intimate space, but then again, oh, divorce, oh, painful loss of the intimacy in their, well, God, the dude's 90. Yeah, things aren't happening at home. It's just all about the money, right? I don't know that he goes to prison, but there's restriction, and there's nothing he can do about it. He's being watched, and he's just going to have to wait. But things aren't good at home either. So that's just a little backstory. But anywho, so There are rules and regulations in place, but we need more when it comes to what can be put out on the airwaves. We've got a real distortion of First Amendment rights. When it comes to political, the official person is our political card. When it comes to the political process, especially, well, any country, right? But especially in America, it's like, you know what? Why is this dude like the parasite for America? Like, why didn't he just stick with his own damn country? But then again, he probably has homes all over the world. That's just my little rant. But anyhow, the marriage card shows bonds and partnerships. This is a daughter, and these are younger women as well. And there's the political process and the rules and regulations, which we are lacking in order for protection. That's what is showing up here. But, you know, he's having to take the stand right here. He's having to, with adjudication card, he's been deposed or been, I don't know, do they have a grand jury trial going yet? Or is it just him being interviewed? That I'm not sure about, and I'll leave it up to you to let me know. I haven't totally kept up, honestly. So, he has major concerns, because remember, all these cards are about him. He has major concerns and can't really think about anything else. He's feeling very insecure about his foreign relations. Then again, this could be him with drug and alcohol problems. I don't think things are working well for him anymore. And then also he's probably mulling over how effective can he be in his job. He's on this soul journey, like, you know, somewhere else. You know, could it be the big place in the sky? I don't have the death card here, though. I mean, I don't even have the coffin card. So I don't even have the bad health card. Interesting. He might be one of those guys that just looks as old as dirt all his life. Lives to be 120. And then wants to have his head frozen so he can put it on a new body at some point, right? Isn't that the goal with these guys? Okay, so it's just a big power thing for him, I'm sure. Anyway, let's focus. So all my squirrel moments, just looking at the cards, playing around. Let's get with the program here. The first three cards opening up are very important in a grand tableau or a mini grand tableau. The journey card shows the soul journey he's on and who is on his team. And he does have supportive women that, you know, especially down here, that are loyal to him. And I could imagine why. I'm sure we could all imagine why. But they do work with him. And even during this examination that he's going through, well, with this, yeah, because of this judicial process going on here. I'll talk about that in a moment. Let's stick with the four corners now. So the distant horizons card, it's usually like hope and longing in some decks. This has to do with the big picture. This has to do with like foreign cultures. So this would be his presence. And, you know, it's also a card that's ruled by Neptune. And it is the media. It's him and his power with the media. That and it's his personal philosophy too, but it's coming from a very sick, twisted mind. And he's in crisis over this, you know, with this line here. so that's it. And probably he drinks and, does drugs to as much as he possibly can get away with for being a 90-year-old dude, because that's what this card is about. Is it's a card of excess. Yeah, he might be having trouble in dream time. And then moving over here to this corner, the community card, this shows, I'm feeling in the context of this question, or this spread with him. It's usually my J6 card, J6 committee, but, that's not that for this. In this situation, I feel like it's a part of the whole big media empire where people, just get distracted and addicted to watching Fox News. And how, challenging that is for America. It's like they're vultures, preying on Americans. But for him, even though he has all of this viewership and all of these ambitions and a son to support him and even the daughter and all of that, he still is in, this card, this despair card is, when I first learned about this card, I remembered the key words were like being tortured with worry and stress and anxiety. You don't get out of it. And it's losing a job. You can see up here, if I can get my camera to focus, like not hiring. See that? And it's also a card of violence. It's also a card of self-destruction. And so this is his part in the whole January 6th. Like he didn't care. Now, what I'm seeing here, this is relating to January 6th, because the January 6th committee focused only on Trump in their hearings. But in the report, there's a bunch of other information that didn't come out because they were focusing in. And so that's what's showing up here. And how Fox News had their role. And this is, of course, the lying and the cheating about the Dominion voting machines, and Smartmatic too. They're all the same, just two different countries, or I'm sorry, companies, probably for different, maybe used for different countries. I don't know. But with him, he's using drugs and alcohol to try and numb out from this pain. And he's self-destructing. No matter what happens legally to him, the dude is not doing well mentally. Now, he might physically. This could be like one of these the grandpas that, oh my God, and please don't take this the wrong way. If you've ever dealt with someone with Alzheimer's, I'm not saying this to be facetious or funny. It's because it's not funny at all to me. But the saddest part is when their Alzheimer's is full-blown and their brains don't work, but their bodies do, and they go out walking and they take off, and you can't, you almost have to like house arrest them, right? But if your body's in good shape but your brain isn't, it's worse than the other way around, I think. Seriously. Because if you have a healthy brain that works right, it can take you through whatever you need to go through physically, but when it's the other way around, you're sunk. Or it's just more challenging. So that's what I'm seeing here. This, I don't know, I'm focusing more over here in this corner, but I feel like this is the future. And this is, the investigation, the subpoenas, this could be an indictment, and it's worse, it gets worse. Things go worse because he's amassed great wealth off of the lying and the cheating and the stealing and the distraction. He's made a great amount of money off of that. Yeah, and you can see the gift there, right here. This line right here, look at that. And then the line up here. So the lying, cheating, dishonesty, and evading the matter. And this is like this is what he did. This is what he gave. He gave this gift of distraction to the masses. This is a card of the masses here too. And because remember, we have to go with like the framing in of the whole reading with the four corners. And then these cards, they clue us in too. And the three cards at the corner, those are all really important in a reading too. But the meat of it right here is the way he's been bonded to anyone who would help, bring in the money and help him promote the lie. And they're all having a really hard time, like Sean Hannity, Clucker Carlson, all those guys. And I have, you guys, if this is the first time you're watching my channel, I have a tremendous amount of playlists organized already. So if you're wanting a reading on Sean Hannity, just look in my playlist. They're all there. Okay, so the false person, lying, the cheating, lying, stealing, evading the matter, sneaky seduction, get people on TV with sex sells, money sells, scandals, get them emotionally attached in fear, it's that. And they know how to work that. They know how to create that wealth. That's what the privileged lady is about. On another level, it's a daughter, but they know how to do that and get people in the place where they just can't think about anything else, and they get down and pessimistic about the world. Because all that sells. They want to keep people in fear, and they want to promote, they just want to have a place to put their crap out there to get you to watch, and then run ads and all that other stuff. And all the ads are about, from big pharma nowadays. Right? God, I can't swear. All right. So, let's see. Yeah, the details, the spin, the details are all here. But for his future, this is, like I was saying before, this is the Karmic card. My friend Jeff Bailey, who's a poet, has a couple of books on Amazon if you want to look him up, Jeffrey Bailey. So he once said, because he watches all the time, and he's pretty psychic himself, and he said, oh, I get that is the as you sow, so shall you reap card. So I'm going to call this card Karma now, but I have to thank Jeff Bailey for that. I love it when you guys teach me. So anyway, it's karmic for him to be in this place because he's promoted violence and he's made money off it. It's just awful. And he deserves to be in this place of getting sad news and not having joy, and he deserves to be in this place of disappointment. But this is also, these two cards, and especially this one, is a card of just feeling sorry for yourself. Oh, they're beating me up, Ugh. It can also be a very painful realization, but that's his karma. Because he's always been a liar and a cheater, and then here we have, it's being examined, and then also all the people who are, who've been in on it with him because they just want to make the money. They also, so another technique you can use is mirroring the cards. So these two cards together would have that secondary meaning of all the people who've been the loyal fans of Fox News. They're also going to be not feeling so good, right? Or Fox Media Group, whatever you want to call it. I think they changed it. It used to be Fox Entertainment Group. But anyway, there's several. There are several conglomerates now. Mirroring these two together, it's karmic for him to be examined. It's karmic for him to have to go through this adjudication process. It's stressful, but he's going to have to answer to someone over it. Someone will be making a demand. You know, this is him being, this card here would show him being deposed and having to give, you know, his deposition, and then having to go back over, they're going over all the details and asking him all kinds of questions, right here, the details. But he's going to lie, and he has been lying about it, and he will continue to lie, act like he doesn't have any part in it. I'm nobody, blah, 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 you know, it's not true. Now, on another level, this mature woman up here, because she's right next to the official person, this could be somebody who knows the game they're playing, and she's wise, and she has control over the daughter as well, and she sees the games, and she's not buying it. You know, because the mature woman usually has some wisdom. She's definitely supportive. But supportive of what? Well, the rules and regulations. So I don't know that this is going to go so well for him. But again, I don't see him locked up. Unless we go with this at the bottom, you know, I don't know that he'll do any time. I just think he'll have restrictions. And then, you know, we have to remember the laws that are in place now, which are not, they're just not very good. We don't really have it. We don't have what we need that way. And until we do, what these guys tend to do is just fold up, you know, because it's all LLCs, right? They just fold up and they start something new with a new name, and they start over a little wiser, knowing that you know, they can't get away with the things that they can. But you know, this guy's going to die someday. That's the thing, and I don't see him being a very effective in between. But he's going to keep trying. Again, I think his mind will go before his body does, and that's the scary thing I was talking about before. But who's in charge is someone sick, and the daughter backs him up. He's mentally ill. Daughter backs him up. He's gone. He's done. He's on this soul experience of just sitting in this. You know, this concern card, just, it's usually called gloominess. And it's, well, here, like, let me show you in this other deck. If I can find it real quick. Oh, there's the sad news. Here it is. Like, oh no. And it doesn't stop though when you have this card near it. And then this card doesn't, this doesn't let up either when it's one of the corners. This is, this last card here can often be our answer card. Like the answer to the whole thing is, it had to do with his own issues and his attraction to violence, and because it sells. Sex sells, money sells, seduction sells, violence sells, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care. So, yeah. Sad to say, I don't see him doing jail time, but I do see divorce, and I do see restriction, and a big fat fine, some fines. I don't think he's going to win. I don't see him winning the Dominion lawsuit. Boy, it took me a long time to get to that answer, huh? And the reason I say that is because the Great Fortune card, which is the one that's really hard to screw up, is really screwed up because we've got poverty. So there's a payout here, the payout's here. This is payout because of the details that come out. And there's a lot from the January 6th committee involved in that, in their report. And because we have thievery, message of concern, and despair all around this card is not Great Fortune anymore. This is You made a lot of money, but now you've got the price to pay, and you're sitting in this place of despair over it. So I think he will lose. Lose, but I don't see him locked up. Yeah, he's just at a loss, but not locked up. So, okay, I'm done. Thanks, you guys. Take good care. Bye.